Hello, and once again, good evening, America. Welcome back to the Nascar Cheez Cup Series. Last week, we took to California for the Clarendon 400, in which Jake from State Farm won in quite possibly the most exciting race since Atlanta at night. But this week, we take to Phoenix International Raceway. I guess we just can't have nice things because I did download a new version of this track, but it didn't load, so fuck me, apparently. But in any case, welcome to Phoenix. Welcome to the Wells Fargo 500K from Phoenix. And, yeah, after a humongous shakeup in the points order last week, we take to Phoenix for the Wells Fargo 500K. But before we can do that, we need to take a look at our starting lineup. Starting on the pole, once again, will be Arnold Schwarzenegger, and alongside him will be the 31 of Donald Trump. The number 19 of Tails will start next to Richie Birkenhead. Back in 5th is the 14 of Phil Collins, starting next to What If Racing. Last week's winner, Jake from State Farm, will line up next to another winner in Greg Graffin. Greg Biffle is going to start alongside the Bee Gees. Brock Lesnar is going to start alongside Winnie the Pooh and the Seven, when the Elvis Presley guy is going to start next to Aaron Carter. Justin Allgaier will start alongside Bernie Sanders, two guys who looked like they could win last week, and behind them will be Mary Poppins in the 5, starting next to Jeremy Mayfield. Trent Reznor will be starting alongside Corbin Forrester, still in that Medical Laboratories car, and Rob Alford is going to start alongside Larry the Cable Guy. John Popper is going to start next to Barack Obama. CM Punk is going to start next to Gibby Haynes in the 15, and Bruce Willis will start next to Janet Jackson in the 27. David Bowie is going to start alongside Jack Black in the 95. Keanu Reeves will start next to Slim Shady. Jesus Christ himself, starring way deep in the pack next to his father, Dale Earnhardt from 1970. Sweet Tooth is going to start alongside Brad Pitt. Tommy Joe Martins will start next to Vin Diesel, and rounding out the field today is Rob Zombie and Benjamin motherfucking Franklin. It has been an incredible couple of weeks for the NASCAR Cheez Cup Series, and coming off of this off week, we should see our drivers calm down and you know, in tune with their lives and all that good shit. But now that they're back at the racetrack, we're sure to see some bumping and banging action from Phoenix in this race number 28 of 36. The pace car is probably down pit road by now, and there it goes, leaving the field in the hands, like it has so many times in the past, of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Donald Trump. The Wells Fargo 500K is underway. Last time we were here, David Bowie took the win, fighting against Corbin Forrester and Tails, and it appears that David Bowie probably won't be fighting for the win, but Phil Collins and Tails are up at the front. So yeah, things are looking okay on their home front. Arnold Schwarzenegger takes the early lead with Donald Trump back to 2nd place. Tails will sit in the 3rd position, and Phil Collins will fall behind. Last week's winner, Jake from State Farm, challenging Richie Birkenhead on the outside for that, I don't know which position, for a top 5 position. Tails is challenging that number 31 of Donald Trump for the 2nd of positions now. Let's fall back to, wherever the hell Corbin Forrester ended up. Corbin Forrester was working his way around the field, but he sits in the 19th position at the moment. A couple of interesting weeks for all of these drivers. Corbin Forrester had an awful race after being taken out coming out of pit road by Gibby Haynes, ending up in 38th place, multiple laps down. He is looking to rebound and hold on to his championship lead that was cut into severely after last week's event. Arnold Schwarzenegger, on the other hand, is looking to get his first win of the season, but as you all know, no one has won from the pole as of yet this season. Donald Trump, on the other hand, is also looking to get into the 1st of positions, but he's really not exactly had the best of chances to do so. He's had many races where it looked like he was going to be one of the race win contending drivers, and ending up, you know, not ending up well for him. But Arnold Schwarzenegger is currently your leader. Let's take a look at Corbin Forrester, your championship leader, working his way up through the field. Takes 2 positions in that corner. Pretty impressive for your championship leader, looking to secure his position. CM Punk blew his engine from the lead last week. That was pretty sad. I'm not gonna lie. Jesus Christ himself, on the other hand, is sitting in the 27th position, another championship contender, looking to find his way up towards the front. But at the front is still Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger has a decent lead at the moment. Single file all the way back to Winnie the Pooh and Greg Graffin fighting for a position in the top 10. Bernie Sanders is there trying to give Winnie the Pooh the shove of a lifetime. But it's to no avail. Arnold Schwarzenegger has already pulled out to a quite massive lead, all things considered. Tails is looking to get that position for Donald Trump. Was there a little bit of a bump there? Bumping and banging early on in this event. Only 5 laps, 6 now. 6 laps into this race. Already seeing some bumping and banging for position. Tails trying to take over that second position. But Arnold Schwarzenegger is your leader. Let's take a gander at a couple more championship contenders. Mary Poppins running with her teammate Corbin Forrester just outside of the top 15, it appears right now. Justin Allgaier is back there as well. Jesus Christ himself, on the other hand, is back in 25th position. That is not exactly the position that you want to be in. He's running alongside Jack Black, who's had a good couple of weeks, but it's looking to be not as good as it once was for that number 95. The Wells Fargo 500K from Phoenix International Raceway is underway. Thanks for joining us for the NASCAR Cheez Cup Series race this week. We'll go to a quick NASCAR non-stop commercial break. Don't go anywhere. This is the NASCAR Cheez Cup Series.
At Cheez-It, we expect a lot from our cheese.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cheese.
Interrupting?
Cheese!
Should have seen that one coming.
You should have, because that was... I even told you I was going to be interrupting you. Morning, sir. Beautiful day, isn't it?
We take the time for our cheese to mature before we bake it into every delicious cracker. Because at Cheez-It, real cheese matters.
Five-hour energy when I gotta get stuff done.
Today's presentation of the NASCAR Cheez Cup Series race from Phoenix is presented by Energizer. Our batteries work as well as rabbits, if you know what we mean. Welcome back to the NASCAR Cheez Cup Series race, the Wells Fargo 500K from Phoenix. Our commercial sponsors are getting worse and worse every week, it appears. Arnold Schwarzenegger is your pole sitter and sits in the first position at the moment. However, as we all know, starting from the pole does not bode well for most of these NASCAR Cheez Cup Series drivers, but we have seen some impressive runs the past couple of weeks by several different drivers, one of which specifically I want to talk about at the moment is Jake from State Farm, who took to the California place and absolutely dominated. Well, he really didn't dominate. He only really won because of some wacky cautions and people getting trap laps down, but he still won, and he did it in a last lap pass that was incredibly impressive. Another driver to keep an eye on, well, for the past 2 weeks, but maybe not today, was Jack Black, who after 2 strong weeks looked like he could start becoming another contender in the NASCAR Cheez Cup Series. He was just outside of the top 10 in the point standings going into California, but that may have changed. Who knows? Corbin Forrester, on the other hand, mired in the 15th position. I don't know if he's about to gain or lose a spot as a result of this lap being complete, but not exactly the showing that he wanted to have early here at Phoenix. 13th place. He was one of the guys that was fighting for the win last time we came here. And just Allgaier right behind him. How did I not see that? Arnold Schwarzenegger, on the other hand, is having a whale of a time. Lap times are starting to fall off, though. Last time by was a 31.3, and as he crosses the line now, it's a 31 flat. So tire wear may become an issue later on in this race, but as you saw there, the number 19 of Tails is beginning to catch up to that number 1 of Arnold Schwarzenegger. The pole sitter's curse. The pole sitter's curse. Potentially a thing that is a thing in this, the NASCAR Cheez Cup Series. No way to know until we find out for sure. Arnold Schwarzenegger continues to lead. Let's head back through the field now. Tails with a 31 flat that time by compared to Arnold Schwarzenegger's 31.3. He's definitely catching up. The question is, when will it happen? Phil Collins is starting to catch up too. He was the faster of all 3 of them last time by. Donald Trump is really slow on the other hand. Here comes What If Racing, the weekly sob story, looking like he's going to be strong early, but then some caution stupidity comes out and brings that to a immediate halt. That is incredibly sad. But he is racing with Richie Birkenhead, who had to step aside for the first 3 races of the season to be on tour in New York. And as we all know, Trent Reznor took over that car and put up such impressive numbers that they kept him in the 93 when they plunked Richie Birkenhead back into the 83. Not much action up front, though. Let's take a look at some more championship contenders. Corbin Forrester is still in the 13th position. He is fighting with the 12 of Justin Allgaier and some others here. Jeremy Mayfield in the Tabasco Toyota. Working his way up, though, on the other hand, is Jesus Christ in the 88. He has gone all the way up from 25th to 23rd. An impressive run for that number 88. Let's take a look at some more drivers here. And those are really all your championship contenders. How about Reznor? Reznor is in the mix as well. He is back in 18th position. But not having as good as of a day as he would hope to have had. Back up to Jake from State Farm, who sits in the 10th position. Bernie Sanders is 9th. Side-by-side battle for 7th between Greg Biffle and What If Racing. 6th place sits the 48 of Brock Lesnar. Richie Birkenhead is 5th. 4th is still Donald Trump. Phil Collins 3rd. But Tails has caught your leader here now. Arnold Schwarzenegger has fallen off quite a bit now. 31.2 that time by compared to a 30.9 for Tails. It's only a matter of time now. The question is, can Arnold Schwarzenegger hold off that number 19? It'll be very interesting to see if he has the ability to do that. Arnold Schwarzenegger holds the lead this lap around, and it looks like he may be pulling away a little bit from that 19, but I bet that it will change down the front stretch. 31.2 that time, 31.3 for Tails, 31 flat for the 14 of Phil Collins. This could very well be a 3-way battle for the lead in due time. 22 laps complete, 22.5 on track now as Arnold Schwarzenegger continues to lead. He has led every lap thus far in today's event, but Tails is there and could start shaking things up. Let's head back through the field once again. Let's check out on our points leader. 12th position, battling with Jeremy Mayfield. No one a lap down now compared to last weekend when everything was turned upside down. Trent Reznor back in 17th. And Jesus Christ down another position. How unfortunate for the third generation driver out of wherever the hell he's from. Tails is right there now, looking to potentially make a move into turn 1. The 19 with a look, a bit of a bump. He did that to Donald Trump earlier in the race. Could that be the race-winning move? A bump to the leader coming out of turn whatever. Tails is right there. He's definitely faster than the 1 car. He just has to find a way around him, which is definitely not something that is happening at the moment. What will Tails be able to do? Can he get past this number 1 car as we complete 25 of 78 laps? All around a third of the way done with this race thus far. We'll have to see for sure if that 19 can make a move. He's got a look. But does he have a run? This track's such a momentum-based racetrack. If you can't find a way around them, if there's no air in front of you on your splitter to make you, not have to slow down if you're trying to avoid hitting into them. If you're not a dirty driver, you have to, be a little considerate. Be just a little bit considerate. A little bit considerate. That is some frickin' rhymes right there. I will have to find a way to incorporate that into a rap album. But in any case, Arnold Schwarzenegger continues to lead, and Phil Collins has caught these two. Will there be a three-way battle for the lead? This race is turning out to be quite the interesting battle up front, if not anywhere else. Arnold Schwarzenegger continues to lead, pulling away from the 19 now. This race may or may not be lost on pit road. Who knows? The lap times are only off by a second now. I don't remember how much these cars fall off. But whenever they do head down pit road, I hope it's not, on like lap 34 or whatever. So we have to frickin' put up with this. Several pit stops immediately as things go on here, I'm just speaking a whole bunch of bullshit right now. I think I think it'd be best if I took a commercial break to gather my thoughts. So Arnold Schwarzenegger has led every lap thus far, but Tails is right there. Who is going to take the win in the Wells Fargo 500K from Phoenix International Raceway? We will find out when we get back. Thanks for joining us on the Kamikaze Game Sports Network. We'll be right back.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
I have an annuity, but I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
They've helped thousands, they'll help you too. One lump sum of cash they will pay to you. If you get long-term payments but you need cash now,
call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
877 cash now.
877 cash now. 877 cash now.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. Call now.
Now at Applebee's, the Hoy Burger, a half-pound burger with cheese and hot deli sliced ham. Order a Hoy Burger and Applebee's will donate $1 to United Way of Story County.
Sega Genesis is 16 bits, 3DO is 32 bits, the Atari Jaguar is 64 bits. So with 64 bits and 3D graphics that you can only get with Jaguar, which is more advanced? Clifford! Jaguar!
Today's presentation of the NASCAR Cheez Cup Series race from Phoenix is presented by Pizza Corner Pizza. Probably the one and only perk of living in North Dakota. Welcome back to the Wells Fargo 500K. Arnold Schwarzenegger has lost his lead. He led for every lap thus far, but both Phil Collins and Tails have gotten past him now, just as we get back from commercial break. I want to thank our affiliates from Kamikaze Sports Network bringing us a little bit of Pizza Corner pizza. Yum, yum, yum. I'm probably going to have a lot of commercial breaks so I can eat this. I'm just kidding. I have to let it cool anyway. Arnold Schwarzenegger has lost his lead. He's back to third. Phil Collins is currently second. Tails is back to the lead, though, looking for his 5th win of the season. He started out strong, winning 2 races immediately, and then had a really rough spell during the middle part of this season, but has come back real strong now, and he is looking to get his 5th win of the season. Such an impressive run by this number 19 of Tails. This Barry Gibbs racing car lost out last week against Jake from State Farm, who sits in 7th, battling with the number 69 of Greg Biffle. An impressive weekend last week. 2 weeks ago, actually, because we had an off week, but yeah, last time for the frickin' whoever the hell Barry Gibbs Racing is. Justin Allgaier is up there in the mix too, just outside of the top 10, but here is Corbin Forrester in 15th, battling this is a train of 3 very good championship contending cars. Trent Reznor in the 93, Corbin Forrester in the 24, Jesus Christ in the 88. All of them are championship contenders, but the question is, will they be able to get enough points to actually be in the conversation when we hit Homestead, Miami 8 weeks from now, I think. Probably 9 weeks from now. There's 8 more races after this. Take for that what it's worth. Arnold Schwarzenegger hasn't fallen too far back, but Phil Collins and Tails are definitely the better cars of the two. The question is, if Arnold Schwarzenegger can get back to the lead through potentially pit stops or even on track, would he be able to keep that lead? Last week we had a first-time winner. We could see another first-time winner here today. Phoenix International Raceway, always known to be an exciting racetrack. I swear I downloaded a 2012 version of this track, but it just wouldn't load. I just clicked it, said track failed to load, and it's like, fuck off. We can't have nice things on this channel, apparently. That's alright. This series is great, isn't it? We're still a 3-way battle for the lead here, in case you haven't been paying attention. This is halfway, I'm pretty sure, after this lap. And we haven't gone down pit road yet, so there will only be 1 set of pit stops throughout this event. Green flag for sure, unless there's a caution and things get shaken up after everything's all said and done. Tails is now the slow car holding up Phil Collins and Arnold Schwarzenegger. We'll see if either of them can do anything with this number 19 car. A 31.9 that time by, 31.9, 32 flat, so it may not look like it, but Tails is the slower of the people here. When Tails got the lead, Phil Collins followed him through underneath that number 1 of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Can Arnold Schwarzenegger do the same thing if Phil Collins takes over the lead from this 19 car? Completing 40 laps now. Phil Collins with a look, but I guess he wasn't really a look. He kind of just got loose coming out of the corner. It wasn't so much a look, just a little bit of a fuck up. Oh my goodness, lots of dirt flying. Something tells me that there was a potential caution flag on the track here. God knows what it was. Let's find out. The caution flag is out for the first time today here in the Wells Fargo 500K from Jeff Gordon International Raceway. Phoenix International Raceway. So, let's head back in time and see. Okay, so this appears to be when the caution flag came out. Let's take a gander. What in the world is going on? Oh yeah, definitely an incident going on here. Rob Zombie and Rob Halford. The Rob's getting it on right now, man. Interesting. Let's see how this happened. So, using our super duper slow motion capture, it appears that Barack Obama got underneath that 21 of Rob Halford and just didn't slow down going into the corner. I don't know if this was some pent-up anger from that number 38 car to take out this 21. Well, that is certainly what ended up happening. And Rob did all he could to save it, but he gets into the 29 of the other Rob. And that is very unfortunate. An innocent bystander this time around, Rob Halford, but I guess that kind of makes up for what he did at Atlanta. Who the hell went down in the dirt? Who's down in the dirt? Why is there dirt flying? Excuse me? Can we get a camera on this, maybe? Left side. Here we go. Anyone going down the dirt? Or is there just dirt flying for no reason? Is there just a giant snake slithering its way around the underbelly of the racetrack, making the ground above shake in fear? Well, I don't know what caused the dirt to happen, but all I know is that I know what happened to cause the caution flag. Well, that is most likely going to be where we start our pit road cycle, so let's observe. Everyone should be coming down this time by, so... And yes, they are definitely down a lane underneath, so they are for sure going to be going down pit road this time by. Let's head to the pit lane camera and try and capture, hopefully, the one and only set of pit stops from the one and only caution flag here today in the Wells Fargo 500K from Phoenix. I can hear the cars coming now, and there they are. 40 race cars heading their way down pit road. Arnold Schwarzenegger should have the first pit stall, but I don't know how caution flag pit stops work in this game. I don't know if there's a race off of pit road here, but we'll probably find out now. Oh my goodness, that is not how physics work, I'm afraid. Well, whatever. If it works for you, Arnold. If it works for you. This could be the most pivotal moment of the entire race. The hopes and dreams of every driver in this field resting on the pit crew's hands. Tails is out first, followed by Phil Collins. Here comes Brock Lesnar. Arnold Schwarzenegger will lose one spot on pit lane at least. Justin Allgaier looks like he made up a couple. But Tails is going to be your leader as they come out of pit lane. And I'm pretty sure everyone came down. Bernie? Oh, he's laps down. Maybe he already pitted. Yeah, he probably already pitted and then the caution came out immediately. So Bernie Sanders really screwed himself over there. That's really unfortunate, but nothing you can do to prepare for that. So Bernie Sanders is going to be multiple laps down. And I'm guessing after this, he's probably going to be out of the championship hunt if he ends out this race with 0 points. But you never know. This freaking points format is kind of wild, so... You never know. In any case, Tails is your leader right now, so we'll take another NASCAR, not NASCAR non-stop. We'll just bring you right back to the action. So yeah, caution flag on the racetrack. The pace car circles. We'll bring you right back to the restart. Oh my fucking god. Pace car's lights are off and you'll be heading down into pit lane this time by. Tails is your leader. Bernie Sanders trapped several laps down. Phil Collins starts behind him. Third place is Brock Lesnar. Arnold Schwarzenegger, your pole sitter, is fourth, and Justin Allgaier sits in the 5th position. But this race is back underway. Will the number 6 of Bernie Sanders being underneath Tails affect this? Arnold Schwarzenegger with an aggressive move underneath that 48 of Brock Lesnar. Immediately as the green flag drops, and here comes Phil Collins looking to take over that lead position from Tails, trying to bring Arnold Schwarzenegger along with him, but Tails is strong on the outside. Very interesting. Arnold Schwarzenegger falls back a bit, and Phil Collins is still underneath that 19. They're still side by side. The side draft could make things very interesting as they head into turn number 1. Tails with a powerful move on the outside lane to retain the lead. Exciting racing here at the restart of today's Wells Fargo 500K from Phoenix. Brock Lesnar did not appreciate that move, however. He gets underneath that number 1 car, but Arnold Schwarzenegger maintains his pace. Bernie Sanders has 1 lap back, but he is a good 3 laps down, so it's not helping him. It's not exactly helping him. Skid marks on the track from the incident that brought out the first caution of the day. Rob Halford and Rob Zombie robbing it out on the racetrack. Brought out that caution. Corbin Forrester sits just outside of the top 10, kind of like CM Punk, who's also just outside of the top 10. Story of the season for those two. Well, really only CM Punk. Corbin Forrester's had a great year, otherwise he wouldn't be leading the points, would he? Good job, Kamikaze. You're so smart. Jay for State Farm, who had an amazing race last week, looked like a pit crew really let him down. He was in the top 10, but now he's in 22nd. Winnie the Pooh in 27th. If you care about Winnie the Pooh's life. Jesus Christ, on the other hand, you can tell who's got the best team behind them and why they're championship contenders as opposed to everyone else. It's very plain to see when the pit crews come to play. And they send their drivers way, way up through the field. Tails leads this race. Right behind him is Phil Collins, though. Not sure who's holding up who right now. Arnold Schwarzenegger maintains the 3rd position. Back there is Greg Biffle, who rounds out the top 5. There is Phil Collins, however, right behind the number 19 of Tails. No way to tell for sure who's got the better car. Bernie Sanders may be holding up everyone here. Or Tails may be just holding up Phil Collins. No way to know for sure until someone makes a move for the lead. Arnold Schwarzenegger catching back up now. He'd fallen back just a slight bit. But here comes Tails with that look underneath the 6 car. The leader seems to have a big advantage on the outside lane. But once he gets past, once the arrow gets put onto that spoiler, it really doesn't help out the leader. This could be the move to get Tails back into the lead. Well, he was in the lead, but at least past the number 6. And there goes the number 19 of Tails. Can Bernie Sanders shut the door on Phil Collins? Yes, he does. Here comes Arnold Schwarzenegger, though. Arnold Schwarzenegger with a look underneath that 14. 14 goes way high. Arnold Schwarzenegger has a spot at the moment, but Bernie Sanders is going to be holding up someone. Side by side, crossing the line. It looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger had a spot that time by. Trying to make it 3 wide is Brock Lesnar. He is making it 3 wide, kind of in a sense. But Brock Lesnar is a freaking maniac. He wants another win for that 48 team. Arnold Schwarzenegger is right there, though. Still underneath Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders holding tough. Phil Collins falling like a rock. Now Greg Biffle goes by. The door is open for Justin Allgaier as well. Bernie Sanders falls back now. Arnold Schwarzenegger takes over virtual P2. He was always in P2, but now he's in virtual P2. And Brett Moffitt is leading the practice on TV right now. It's a good day. But Tails is your leader. He has a huge lead now over Arnold Schwarzenegger. We'll see. It appeared over the long run last time that Tails had the better car compared to Arnold Schwarzenegger, but now that Tails is out front, we'll see how that changes, how he drives this racetrack. 30.6 versus a 30.5 versus a 30.9. So, and now they're 3 wide. Greg Biffle is fighting them off, though. Phil Collins trying to get underneath both him and Bernie Sanders. Justin Allgaier is there, kind of just along for the ride right now. Into the turn. Out of 4, Greg Biffle has the position. And there's Arnold Schwarzenegger caught up to that number 19. Potentially a great short run car for Arnold Schwarzenegger, but we will have to be sure on the long run. Last lap by was Arnold Schwarzenegger's best of 30.3. Great lap for that car. 30.8. Tails must have screwed up somehow, because that's a pretty sad lap. Arnold Schwarzenegger pulled out to a huge lead at the start of this race, so he definitely has a lot of short run speed. Question is, can he maintain it and potentially get past this number 19 car? Tails looking to get his 5th win of the season. We'll take another quick NASCAR non-stop commercial break from Phoenix one last time before Liberty Mutual will allow us to, not. So, Tails leads, but Arnold Schwarzenegger's right there. Brock Lesnar is tracking them both down. Who is going to win this race? Find out after this NASCAR non-stop commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
Pizza place, hold please. You're holding for pizza. And wasting your life. Yes, wasting your life.
Let's go to Little Caesars and grab a hot and ready pizza.
Don't listen to your wife. Keep waiting and holding and waiting forever.
All right.
Introducing Little Caesars Hot and Ready Pretzel Crust Pizza. A large pizza with a creamy cheddar cheese sauce topped with mozzarella, pepperoni, and a 4-cheese blend, all on a buttery, salted, soft pretzel crust for just $6 at Little Caesars.
We don't have to worry about predators like our ancestors did. No saber-toothed tigers stalking from the brush. No dire wolves circling the camp. There are no more monsters to fear. And so, we have to build our own.
As a Grand Prix world champion in triathletes, I know how important it is to stretch before any competition.
I also know it's important to stretch. Mobil 1's advanced technology lubricates our engines.
Yes, that is true.
And my joints.
Oh my word.
Soda cookies. You want one, Jensen?
A thing or two. This is the age of knowing what needs to be done. So, why would you let something like erectile dysfunction get in your way? Isn't it time you talk to your doctor about Viagra? 20 million men already have. With every age comes responsibility. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing. This is the age of taking action. Viagra. Talk to your doctor. See if America's most prescribed ED treatment is right for you.
Today's presentation of the NASCAR Cheez Cup Series race from Phoenix is presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. If you've ever wondered how much barbecue sauce is too much barbecue sauce, then you've come to the right place. Sorry for such an extended commercial break period. Welcome back to the NASCAR Cheez Cup Series race number 28. I'm pretty sure. This the Wells Fargo 500K from Phoenix. Tails is your leader, and his long run speed is shown through. Arnold Schwarzenegger has fallen off a lot from him, but he's still pumping off the faster laps. I'm guessing it was just a slow sequence for Arnold Schwarzenegger for a while, but Tails is still up front, looking to get his 5th win of the season. We've already seen pit stops, and there shouldn't be any more for the rest of the race. 31-1 that time by 31-2, 31-1. Greg Biffle is 4th with a 31-2. Phil Collins was the fastest that time by in the 5th position. 6th is Justin Allgaier. Trent Reznor is up to 7th. Jesus Christ is 8th. And Corbin Forrester is 9th. Bernie Sanders lost a bunch of laps after pitting right before a caution came out. He sits in dead last. And Richie Birkenhead is in the 10th position, rounding out your top 10. And Donald Trump sits in 11th, just outside of the top 10 as always is CM Punk. Jack Black sits in 13th, Greg Graff in 14th, and Jeremy Mayfield is the rest of your top 15, but Tails is your leader. The championship contending drivers coming up to the front here at the end of today's race. Tails is first, as we've all known. Brock Lesnar is third, and here's a whole bunch of championship contenders. Phil Collins, potentially Justin Allgaier, and Trent Reznor, alongside your huge leaders from Hendrick Motorsports, the 88 of Jesus Christ, and Corbin Forrester. The top 9 positions filled by... Oh, no way! No way! Tails just blew an engine! Why? Why does this keep happening? Why does the leader keep blowing an engine while leading? This is unreal. Arnold Schwarzenegger got the lead back, and now he's about to lose it to Brock Lesnar. This game, this season, what is happening? I'm so scared. Well, they're still battling side by side for the lead here. Arnold Schwarzenegger gets the lead and then loses it immediately. Brock Lesnar is your leader now. As we come to the line here, we will be 10 laps remaining in today's event. Tails blows an engine, because of course he does. Tails blows an engine from the lead because that's just how this game works. Alright. How about everyone else? What's going on around the rest of the field? Huh? Huh? Corbin Forrester's up to 8th now. Justin Allgaier is falling. Jesus Christ is trying to follow through from Trent Reznor's pass. Phil Collins sits in 4th. Greg Biffle up to 3rd. Great run for Greg Biffle coming right back into this series after a leave of absence to give his ride over to What the Fuck 500 winner Keanu Reeves. But Arnold Schwarzenegger is definitely slowing down this run here. It's probably going to take another caution and a restart for Arnold Schwarzenegger to take over this position. As we saw earlier on a restart, Arnold Schwarzenegger took over, I think, 3rd position from Brock Lesnar immediately as the race restarted. It was an impressive turn of events for that number 1 car, but he's going to need to do something even more impressive this time around if he's going to hope to take away this win from Brock Lesnar. Lesnar looking for his 5th win of the season, just like Tails was. Arnold Schwarzenegger was a 10th better that time around. But will it be enough? He's got quite a bit of ground to make up on that 48 car, but we haven't been paying attention to Brock Lesnar throughout most of this race, so who knows how this car runs on the long run. Schwarzenegger is still in the frame of the video as they come here, but I think he's further back than he was last time they crossed the line. 7 laps remain, I'm pretty sure. Down the backstretch they go. Arnold Schwarzenegger in the view of the camera. Coming out of turn 4, we'll see if he's any closer. I don't think he's any closer. 31.6. They've really slowed down, but Arnold Schwarzenegger is slowing down more. They should be able to make it on fuel, and if they don't, I'm going to cry. Brock Lesnar leads. Bruce Willis is last. Alright, if you say so. That's really vital information. Thank you. Points leader Corbin Forrester sits 8th. Phil Collins sits 6th. Trent Reznor is 5th. 4th is Justin Allgaier. 3rd is Greg Biffle. But Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think he caught up a little bit that time by, but that's not really helping out. 31.1 versus a 31, or a 31.7 versus a 31.7, so it's not exactly that big of a jump. That was potentially a bit more of a jump compared to before. I think he's a bit closer than he was last time, but God only knows with this freaking game. They'll be coming to 4 laps to go, I'm pretty sure. 4 laps to go. So, Chris Hemsworth laps to go. And Brock Lesnar looking to secure his 5th win of the season and bite into that lead that Corbin Forrester has, and potentially after this race is concluded, Brock Lesnar could have the lead of the point standings. Corbin Forrester with a terrible race last week and all the way back in 8th, he will get about, Corbin Forrester will get about I want to say 38 points, 41 points potentially this week. And Brock Lesnar will get the full 100, so that battle for the lead is going to be in the point standings anyway. On track, it's not exactly that exciting, but in the points, the battle for the lead is pretty good. But they'll be coming to 2 to go now. 2 to go for the 48 of Brock Lesnar's brand new U.S. Army paint scheme. A sexy vehicle to say the least. But will it be enough? Will the sex appeal of this vehicle be enough to get him the win? And it's looking like in all likelihood, yes. He is pulling away even more. He's going faster, 31.5. There's Bernie Sanders for some reason. Oh yeah, he hit like immediately before the caution came out, so. Oh my god, what the hell? Arnold? Where the hell did Arnold go? Is he down pit road? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Okay, so Brock Lesnar's not going to go down pit road, but Arnold Schwarzenegger certainly did. So that changes everything. Now Corbin Forrester, what the hell, Rob Zombie? Oh. Yeah, now he's up to 7th. So that's another spot for Corbin. But in the end, it's not going to be enough for anyone but Brock Lesnar. Gone down the backstretch. He's now way far ahead from Greg Biffle in 2nd with a great run. Not at all a slouch, that number 69 car, but it's all about Brock Lesnar, who gets 5 wins on the season. The 48 car crosses the line and will take the win. Anyone else down pit road? The 25 is. No one else, really. So that was kind of dumb, but whatever. Brock Lesnar will take the win here at Phoenix. And there are your standings. Corbin Forrester will end up in 7th place, but the big story has definitely got to be Tails, who blew a goddamn engine while leading, might I add. Got to be the 3rd time that's happened this season. It's infuriating when it does. That's just... it just ruins the race, man. It just ruins the race. But in any case, yes, Brock Lesnar is your winner here today. I'm not sure what else to really say. The point standings are definitely going to be shaken up from this. I'm very proud of Greg Biffle for a 2nd place finish, though. That was very nice. But whatever. So anyway, thank you all so much for joining us today for the Wells Fargo 500K from Phoenix. Another interesting, to say the least, race from Phoenix, but it's probably to no avail, man. This championship run is getting tight, and we're coming down to the final races of the season, so you're not going to want to miss a single race for the rest of this year. Could we see another California next week? I think we go to Charlotte. I don't want to say for sure, though. But in any case, thank you all so much for joining us. This has been Kamikaze Game Sports Network. Announcer Kamikaze signing off. See you next time.